Viewer discretion advised. Graphic images of bearded dragon genitalia. This video is hypothesis do bearded dragons change genders. First, we need to sex my bearded dragons and compare at the end. This graph is from a vet tech in Australia measuring wild bearded dragons. And as we can see that males are longer from snout to vent than female bearded dragons are. The tip of his nose to the body is about 9 inches. And he's wanting to move around. Everybody measures from the tip of the nose to the tail, and he's about 16 inches. Yeah, 16. But yet, from the body, he's about 9. And the tip of his nose, let's say, about an inch to 3/4 of an inch. So her tip, so I would say her body is about 8 inches. Her nose, again, it's a little bit smaller than his. It's about a 1/2 inch to 3/4 depending on where you mark it. Her in general is about 17 inches. Okay, so his body is about 7. And you're looking at 16 inches. But he's not quite a year old. His nose is actually see if we can get a good line on this one. Yep. His nose is more like Calm Fancy's. So he is showing all the signs of a boy. Pitch is on the left, Calm Fancy's on the right. Calm Fancy has a bigger crown than Pitch, and he's the male. We added Hydra to the top of the picture, and as we can see, his crown looks more like Calm Fancy's crown, so we're thinking boy. Now we're comparing the spikes on their tails. As you can see on the left, females have smaller spikes on their tails than males do. Now adding Hydra to the mix, we can see that his spikes are actually bigger than Pitch's, most likely due to being a boy. It's actually more. He doesn't have all his, so he's about 500 grams. I think he's actually come down a little bit in weight. So Pitch is 336. Good. So she's gained weight since the last place. Ain't that beautiful? Okay. So he's not fully on it, but yeah, so he's got some good weight on him. Now we are comparing bearded dragon genitalias. On the left is a female. You can see the one bump in the center, and on the male on the right, you can see the 2 bumps to the outside, a hemipenis. Now when we add Hydra into the top, we don't really see a lump in the middle or the outside of his tail to call genitalia. So let's note the butt crack. Yes, science sometimes is hilarious. Note the butt crack. Hydra on the left, Pitches on the right. We can see that Hydra looks more female in the genitals. Due to the bad camera angle, it looks like Hydra has a bump, but it's really not. It's more concave on the sides, where Pitch does actually have a bump. Well, we can see here that it does look like he's got two bumps on the sides, but they're not very detailed at all, to where you can't say whether it's a male or a female. So Hydra's butt crack is more pronounced than Calm Fancy or Pitch's. I believe this is where his penises are being stored right now. So as we go ahead and think about the hypothesis here, bearded dragons, before the hatch, before they come out of the egg, can change genders due to temperature. This is scientifically proven. But bearded dragons after the hatch, I don't believe change genders. Every single dragon that I've heard of that's hard to sex, or they think it changed sex, had a lip issue. Pitch had it when she was younger and hard to sex. Hydra has it, an overbite or an underbite, due to calcium deficiency when they're younger. Now, there was a dragon I seen that had exactly what Hydra has. Looks exactly. Even the flashlight test failed it, because you couldn't see a lump for a girl or two lumps for boy. You just didn't see anything that absolutely said boy or girl. Now, that means a lot of people automatically said girl. No, I think it's been deformed somehow. I do not believe calcium deficiency itself causes deformation. I believe it's something that goes along with it, because that dragon that looked exactly like Hydra in the genitals did not, the owner said, did not have a lip issue, but it was missing a foot. So maybe trauma or something that happens when they're younger is what actually caused the deformation, and the penises to wait till they're actually sexually mature to pop out. And I'm not even sure that yet. But all the other signs say male. He shows signs of female in the genitals, but not really. If you dive deeper, Pitch has a lump. Now, this needs further research, but I'm not for sure how we're going to get that. We need the vets to do that. So this seems to be caused by a health issue, but I don't believe it causes health issues itself. That's the reason why I'm not going out and getting an x-ray and trying to figure all this out on my own, just because it doesn't seem to affect negatively on Hydra's health or the other dragons that I've seen. They've all come into sexual maturity and developed beyond that. So this isn't a life-threatening thing, it's just something that needs to be researched. Now, all the other techniques I've actually used, and you can too, to sex bearded dragons at a local pet store at 2 to 3 months. It works. I've done it. That's how a lot of breeders do it. A lot of people even do it and don't even know that this is exactly what they're doing. So, please comment below if you have a hypothesis on what exactly is going on. And like, subscribe, and I'll see you later.